here from last night? Only a few? Nice, okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what it's all about. We're just gonna pretty much redo the same thing we did. All of the questions may be different. You decide, so we'll see where it goes. I'm gonna show about 10 minutes of outtakes first, just for fun. This is on the Volume 9 DVD, which is pretty much just a continuation of the other 8 we did. DVD's pretty much out of date, you know, like the format, but we have just to continue them for those who are still, you know, wanting to finish off that collection. But it will be on Blu-ray eventually, because we're working on, we did the Volume X Blu-ray first, where it's the Mega Man series, how we have the X line as well as the regular ones. And X2 is coming out hopefully by the end of the year. And then probably by the time we get to X3, it would have what you're going to see here on it. But it is on the Volume 9, but it is a DVD for now. So here's the outtakes. I'm just going to turn up the volume a little here. And just enjoy. It's basically all the times I've messed up.
Remember that time you went to Universal? They wouldn't let you on the rides unless you wear a stupid fucking fucking hat. Why did they make you wear a hat? Remember that time you went to Universal and they wouldn't let you on the rides unless you wore a fucking hat? Yeah, apparently there's a big stamp collecting contest going on at Universal. So
just ask some questions. I tend to give the best answers with production-related questions, but anything you want to ask, go for it. Just raise your hands. I guess you know. I'll shut this here. How about right there, right in front of me? Let's start. Yeah, you.
Have you got the chance to partake in Oregon's finest weed?
Oregon's finest weed. No, I have not. Have you? Okay, raise your hand if you have. Fair amount. How about going down the aisle? Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Hi. Hello from South Jersey. I grew up in Lakewood, Ocean County.
Okay.
So your nostalgia, I love it because I love hearing your wife's accents because it's another level.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Talking to kids that spoke like you guys, and I think it's a long time.
Okay.
Beside the point. I think I have a couple of years on you. I really liked. So I started playing the Atari like in the late '70s, and I remember Adventure was one of. Those kind of shots that you didn't touch on Adventure.
Oh yeah.
It's like the great grandfather to Zelda even.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm just curious why you haven't done that.
I think it just didn't make it on for some reason. I don't know. Like the question is, why did we do Adventure when we did all the Atari games? We need to do more of that. We need to basically just do more rounds of Atari to like keep doing more games for it. So I don't know. Like next time we do that, we should include that one for sure. So how about let's try to go to the back. I guess in the aisle here, the blue shirt. Yeah.
What game made you maddest and what game made you the happiest and why?
What game made me the happiest and maddest? It's got to be Jekyll and Hyde. That's the maddest. That's the angriest one. But the happiest, I off the top of my head, I can't think of. I'm going to say it's. I don't know, Zelda. One of the just like something we both really enjoy. But I'm sure there's always like a random game. Okay, here we go. Here's a good answer. It's the Goat Simulator. That one made us. That was amazing. So, there's another one coming up that we shot, and I hope to see that one soon. There's one coming up in particular that I don't know what's going to be released, but that one made us really happy too. So it's one of the Monday videos. Right here, the black sweater. Yeah, you're.
I have two questions.
Sure.
One, first, have you ever seen Red Letter Media's Star Wars reviews? And two, if you could review any game from the modern era, 360, PS4, whatever, what would it be?
first, if I've seen any of the Red Letter Star Wars reviews. No, I haven't. I have heard of them. They're like really thorough, right?
Yes.
Okay. You recommend them?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them. I heard they're really funny. The other question, oh fuck, I can't remember. What was it?
It was
So-
Modern game review.
Modern game, okay, yeah. Well, we do a lot of them as James and Mike. We were doing like a lot of PC games lately. So, was the question of which console I would focus on, or a particular game?
particular
Just like any game.
Any game. There's a lot of them, but like a lot of the ones I really want to play are ones that would take a long time. So we have to like just dedicate some time to some of those. I know Soma is one I want to play, but it may take a long time because I'm interested in like a lot of horror games, a lot of things that I haven't played usually, things outside of my norm. Because I play all these old retro side scrollers, I like to try and expand and do different things. Right here.
What made you decide to go into video game criticism?
Oh, video game criticism. To go into video game criticism was a total accident, really, and I love that it happened, but it wasn't something I thought there was like I didn't know that many people were interested as much as I was in the same thing. So that was just an experiment because I started off with filmmaking. I wanted to do movies, but this was kind of like a little thing I did on the side. Because I did a lot of things. I did like all these animated movies, Monkey Cheese. I would just do random things all the time. But this one, yeah, Shipickle. And then this was just this, it caught on, and then it was like, oh wow, a lot of people out there remember the same games, and it caught on. Oh, and you had your hand up too, yeah.
Do you ever give up on a shot if you have a lot of trouble on it, or do you power through?
Oh, do I ever give up on a shot if I have a lot of trouble on it? Not usually. I can't think of any example where I did, because usually I have to get it done no matter what. So it's like no matter how hard the shot is, it's got to get done. So I can't think of. I've thought of times where I've aborted an idea, where the Mega Man episode, which ends with the fight with Bugs Bunny, that one, the whole idea was going to be this big Royal Rumble of all the characters that have ever been in a nerd episode. I wanted to have Jason Voorhees and Freddy and the Cowardly Lion and just all these different cameos show up at the end in like one big fight, and Kyle would have been in it. And that episode already had so much green screen, me acting with myself, which meant twice as much of filming and timing to get the dialogue to all sync up together. So it was already such a big episode to begin with. Even if it didn't have all that green screen, just playing all the games and recording them and all that was enough. So by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, okay, this isn't going to get done unless I take the rest of the year off for this one episode. So it's like I got to move on. I have to just make it simple. And Bugs Bunny was the character most people remembered the most, I think. So I just stuck with that. Hey, right here.
Are you ever gonna do any more videos like of the N64, PlayStation, and Dreamcast era?
Oh, I hope so. N64, PlayStation. Do I do any more of them? Yeah, I hope so. There's also a lot of consoles we haven't done yet. I'd actually like to do more Commodore 64 and stuff like that. So there's a lot. Yeah.
And also for N64, I have an idea for a game.
Oh yeah.
The Bugs Life game.
Bugs Life on N64. I think I have it actually.
It's also on PlayStation.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation version's a little
Oh,
bad.
right here in the aisle.
A
Are you
little
sure?
worse.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
it's pretty obvious that you get pretty loud and rambunctious when recording, either just vocal stuff or acting. Do you
Yeah.
have any stories of neighbors expressing concern about what's going on inside the house?
The storm.
Oh, the storm? What storm?
We beat somebody up.
No. I mean, have neighbors or passers
Yeah.
come by and be like, "Hey, is everything okay? What's going on?"
No,
Stories?
surprisingly not. I mean, a lot of the old episodes were in an apartment building, so I kind of like it toned down a lot during that. Like I was kind of just, I mean, pretty much the way they started, it never really got that loud because like I just couldn't, The loudest I think I ever got was when in the Ninja Turtles 3 movie review when I smashed the VHS tape with the hammer. Because I'm just smashing this tape. And I'm like, there's no way to make this quiet. Like the only way it's gonna break is if I hit it like as hard as I can. And I'm just thinking like what are people thinking when they hear this? Then there was also the Friday the 13th episode when I had the cartridge, and I'm like, this game is fucking horrible, and I smash it against the wall, which is actually a clay cartridge. I made a cartridge of clay. You don't even see it. It didn't work out. I'm holding the real cartridge like this, but then when I go to throw it, or no, I'm holding it with my left hand like this, as if I was holding it with my right hand, because you only see the cartridge, you don't see my hand, so I'm just going like this, and then I'm holding the clay one in this hand. So then when I go like this one exits frame, and then I just throw the clay one. So that's what it was meant to smash and shatter because it was clay, and I baked it in the oven and everything, but it didn't break. But it hit the wall pretty darn hard, and I was thinking whoever is living on the other side of that wall has got to have heard that. Yeah. It's right here, yeah.
If you were part of a big production team, would you rather like direct, edit, act, or what's your favorite part of those videos?
Oh, a favorite part, like if I was on a big production, would I rather direct or rather act? I'd rather, direct. I always rather be behind the camera and, being able to see everything and in real time as it's happening. But now, when I'm on camera, then I always want to look at what we just recorded. So I'm always having to like run back and forth and be like, all right, well, can we watch that? What did I look like? No, let's do that again, But also there's something fun about it, just being an actor, which doesn't happen that often, but sometimes if I'm just acting on someone else's project, then you get to just relax more and let the director deal with all the stress and everything, and you just show up and you act, and you just concentrate on acting. But everybody who's ever done it, like even Sylvester Stallone, who directs and acts, like says it's extremely difficult because you're doing multiple jobs. It is cool sometimes to only be able to do one or the other. How about let's see. Oh, right at the end here. Yeah.
So what were you planning on doing first? Video about the Mandela effect or video about the Berenstain Bears? Like what was first? Did you think about what first to do?
Oh, how I came with the idea of the well, not the idea of the Mandela effect, but of the episode about the Berenstain Bears. That's one of my favorite Halloween episodes I've done ever. I like taking something that isn't supposed to be Halloween and then making it twist into that. The idea came about, somebody showed me, here's the Mandela effect, and, I was reading the Berenstain Bears books to my daughter, and that was the first time I noticed that it was spelled with an A. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was just kind of like, oh, well, that's weird. I'm like, oh, so it's Berenstain Bears. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe they reprinted it, or maybe for some reason, maybe there's some legal thing, or maybe the authors didn't want to be associated. Like all these possibilities ran through my head, but I just figured, oh, they must have changed it. Then I saw the TV show, and that had an A, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then someone told me about the Mandela effect, and that's when I put it all together, and I read all these articles that were on the internet about it, and was like, oh, so all these other people had the same exact experience. How do all these people remember that it was spelled with an E? And I'm just curious, raise your hand if you remember it spelled with an E. All right, now with an A. Wow, it's overwhelmingly with an E. So that means the few that raise their hand with an A, you're native to this universe. Everybody else, we crossed over from another universe. So I just thought that was really funny. So it's like the nerd has to do some kind of twist on this. So we did our own take on it and just celebrated this cool phenomenon of I think it's just a lot of bad memory. I guess that's the only thing that we can. Because nobody has found a book or anything, but it's weird, I don't know. It's just a weird thing that it's just so many people could all be wrong. Like, how is that possible? But, yeah.
Government conspiracy.
Maybe. How about all the way against the wall here? Yeah, sure, yeah, right here? Yeah.
Yeah, on your Indiana Jones episode a couple years back, there was a scene where you actually broke a cartridge, you put the cartridge hit a lamp. You actually accidentally break that lamp because your reaction looked really...
Oh, yeah. the explanation isn't as funny as what it's in the episode, but in the Indiana Jones episode where I whip the game cartridge and then it knocks over like a lamp, or it breaks a lamp. We'll just say I put in the sound effect of it breaking, but I did knock it over. It was just a lamp that got knocked over. Nothing happened really, but just the reaction where I'm like, oh shit. Like it just came off as so natural. I'm like, oh, well that's like an outtake that is too funny to be an outtake, so I'm gonna make it an intake and keep it in. Yeah. Yeah, so how about right here? Yeah. Oh, it was an episode that got cut down due to budget issues? Is that? Oh, okay. Couldn't review because of a budget issue, like the game being too expensive or something like that, too hard to find. Yeah. Let's see, I can't think of one off the top of my head that was completely abandoned, but some of them got expensive. I know like Super Noah's Ark 3D was one of the first ones where it was like, oh, I gotta get this game to do the video, but you know, I know the Halloween, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, those ones, you know, took a big hit because they're rare. Yeah, there's none I can think of off the top of my head where I didn't do it at all. Oh, maybe the NES Panavision games. Do you know those ones like Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, and Peekaboo Poker? Those are three of the rarest NES games out there. They're just really expensive. I don't think the cash is worth it for that, you know. Yeah. So right here with the orange bag. Yeah.
Will Monster Madness continue next year on some sort of maybe live stream of a marathon or past reviews?
Oh yeah.
Mixing in commentaries of horror movies.
Sure.
Domain ones?
Yeah, so as far as Monster Madness, like we all know that the 31 marathon just can't continue, like doing 31 in 1 month, but as far as continuing it in some form, like those are all ideas that are possible. Like streaming, I think streaming public domain movies would be awesome. That would be cool, kind of like if it was streaming, but we like sort of live commented on them or something. I would really love to do that. I'd love to do something as like a horror host. We've had a lot of issues with public domain movies. Like we've tried to post a lot of our commentaries on YouTube, and they get content ID matches, even though they're public domain movies. Somebody out there claims them, so it's always just kind of like a mess with trying to like post anything on YouTube, pretty much, you know, except for totally original content. I don't know if we could do that, but we do something like even like one idea is like do like a mini Monster Madness where it's just 1 week or something like that, or just do it on the weekends, like it's every Saturday or something. But hopefully, you know, I get more time to do other reviews spread out throughout the year and do all genres. I can don't have to restrict myself just to horror movies, and then hopefully make my own horror movie next year. I hope. Yeah. Oh, you guys both. You know, I'll get both of you guys. Yeah, you first. Yep.
Best and worst Commodore 64 games.
Best and worst cover for N64 games?
Commodore thing.
What is it? Commodore.
Commodore, okay.
Yeah. Commodore 64.
Yeah. Best and worst covers. Oh, I can't think of that. I mean, can you think of any off the top of your head?
I said Commodore. C64.
Yeah, Commodore 64. I can't think of many off the top of my head.
Summer games.
Worst game, like the best
Summer games?
Yeah.
Yeah? We'll have to check that one out. I don't have a lot of them in the boxes. Most of them I have on the floppy disks. Or even the tapes. The cassettes have pretty cool covers sometimes. But I can't think of any that's...
Batman?
The Batman one? There's a few Batman ones on there, aren't there? The Caped Crusader one?
Comic book one with the shitty bats that are cartoons.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. No, I haven't seen that many of the covers. There's a ton of Commodore 64 games, though. It's amazing how many games are on that console. Hey, right here.
Yeah, I was just wondering, after you post your videos, like, do you get any funny, positive, negative feedback from people who actually work on those games?
For people who worked on the games, no, not often. No, I got one. I'm trying to. I know with Board James, the guy who made Key of the Kingdom, like responded. And he was really happy, and it was like, oh, I'm so glad that you're talking about my game and everything. That's so awesome. So that was nice. I remember that one of the creators of Inhumanoids responded after I did a review on the cartoon series. That was awesome. And as far as games, the only one I can remember is the Jaguar CD port of Doom. I remember I commented that there's no music in it, and like why is there no music in the Atari Doom? And no, it was the Atari Jaguar. He gave an answer. Like he actually wrote an email that said, like, oh, not that this is a good excuse, but there was like legal issues with her. They couldn't get the rights to the music, and then it ended up just being silent. Like there was just no music in it whatsoever. So, yeah. So it's just a bunch of arms. I just see a sea of arms. How about right there? Yeah, with the black. Yeah.
I was wondering what's the,
Yep. Go ahead. No, you can go ahead first. Yeah.
I was wondering what's the strangest fan fiction of your character you ever came across?
Oh no.
Fan fiction of the nerd? Fan fiction of the nerd. Does anybody remember any? I'm trying to think.
Don't want that answer.
Oh yeah? Well, that would have to win then. I think. Wow, okay. So, Shitpickle. Yeah, I can't think of it. I'm sorry, I can't think of any fan fiction. Yeah, oh, right back there. Yeah, with the black hoodie? Or the, oh no, it's not. Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Leather jacket.
Yeah. You got the leather jackets. Yeah, I see both of you guys there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, least favorite? Least favorite episode of the Nerd. The one that comes off the first one that comes to mind is McKids, because I was like, oh, there's this McDonald's game. All this has got to be really bad, and then I played it, and it wasn't that bad. So then I was like, oh well, I've already gone this far with it. I gotta finish this off, and then it was like an okay episode for the time, but it wasn't really like that good of an episode, I thought. So I don't know. Like the McKids one was kind of weak. There was a few other weak ones. Like Daydreaming Davy was kind of weak. Yeah. So yeah, the leather jacket.
okay,
Yep.
this one.
Whichever one of you wants to go. Yeah.
So, actually, I'm quite a fan of cheesy horror movies from yesteryear myself.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your Monster Madness so much. And I love when we do tie-in games like Friday the 13th.
Mhm.
And I gotta know, like, which of your Halloween episodes is your favorite to film?
Oh, which one is my favorite Halloween episode? I mean, the Berenstain Bears one's so recent, but that one I really love how it was just took an unexpected turn. Like I'm really a fan of that. So that's definitely one of my favorites. It wasn't my favorite to shoot though. It was actually probably my least favorite episode ever to shoot because of the attic scenes, which were extremely hot, and also the fake cobwebs kept sticking to me everywhere. So it was just kind of like this miserable shoot just to get through the attic scene because there was so much stuff in my way, just the cobwebs and then the cameras and the lights and everything. But I think going back to the first Halloween episodes, like they were really original. When I did those, the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, like two-parter, I think that was kind of like the one that started it all. So that's still up there with my favorites too. In the back against the aisle, way back there. Just trying to go for. Yeah. 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 Oh, we have more Bootsy music in future videos. That's the question? Yeah. I hope so. It's usually the Board James episodes. Since we're not doing that right now, so I don't know, maybe it could be a nerd episode sometime. I've never thought that through yet or worked it in, but he's always there for music when the time comes, so we'll see. Let's see, I don't know how to, I'll just go for like up here, yeah, hey. Yeah.
What is your methodology for storyboarding?
Oh, storyboarding, the methods for that. There's different ways I do it. Like trying to think of how to answer. Technically, just like sometimes it's index cards and other times it's on the side of the script. I do, when I do them on the side of the script, it's good because then I just keep track of the chronological order of it and I just check them all off. But then the index cards are good for if it's like really complicated. If it's a big video, if something that's more verging on short film, then like that Board Games finale, then I do index cards so that I can shuffle them into different orders. So I can put them or I can organize them into different orders, like have all the scenes with Mike and Bootsy in it, all the scenes with me and Bootsy, all the scenes with Mike and me, all the scenes with all three of us, and organize it in a way that's easiest to shoot. And I even have color-coded index cards, so I'll get like red ones and green ones and yellow ones, and then some of them are like, oh, these are green screen shots, so today is all green screen, you know. So the more complicated the video is, the more necessary it is to organize it so you know how you're shooting it. How about right here in the aisle? Sure.
One of my favorite things you've done is the Castlevania retrospective.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any, like, you know, those are the ones that were closest to you when you were a kid. Do you have any memories of, like, the original Resident Evil games from the PS1 era?
For Resident Evil?
Yeah, the original, like, 3 Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I want to play more of them. I never got far. I played the first one when it was new, and that was actually the first PlayStation game I ever played, I think. And at that time, I was still waiting for the Nintendo 64, so I didn't buy a PlayStation, unfortunately, so I kind of missed out on a lot of that. But I did play Resident Evil a lot at a friend's house, and I was so terrible at it. I just keep walking in circles all the time. And I could never get used to the control. I just keep running into walls and stuff. It's just a total embarrassment. So I don't think you'll ever see me playing that unless I get some practice. And then I tried the second game, because everybody told me, oh, the second game's a lot better, you gotta play that. So I played it. The game starts up. Before I even have a chance to even get used to the controls, I'm getting ambushed by all these zombies. And I keep getting killed, so I can't even like learn the controls. I don't even have a chance. I last just a few seconds in that game and I'm dead. So I don't think you're ever gonna see me play Resident Evil unless I get some practice and start to learn how to actually play them. Right here at the hat. What?
So, are you know, or have you had a chance to play virtual reality and specifically Dread Hall?
Have I gotten a chance to play virtual reality?
And specifically
Dread Halls. No, I played a game called The Visitor, I believe, and that was on Vive. And we filmed it for James and Mike, and I don't know if that one's even getting used. So like we'll just wait and see. But yeah, we did film a bunch of virtual reality stuff in like a day. I thought it was really cool. It was a little buggy for me personally. I know everybody's eyes are different, but like I couldn't focus. I don't know if you can focus the eyes individually. So if I focus to one eye, the other eye isn't in focus. So then I can't actually. I think I'm missing out on some of the effects, but I can still see it enough to play it. It's just not quite there yet. I wasn't wearing the glasses. I was just trying to focus, but I have astigmatism, so one eye's different. So I don't think you're able to focus. If I could focus each eye individually, then it might help, but I don't think you can. Hey, all right, over here.
How sick are you of people making jokes on Mike's dick in the comments?
What are the jokes?
He hasn't seen them.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That's why I don't read comments. They're not very intelligent. Right here. Yeah.
So, I forget what episode it was, Board Games made a cameo in one of the universes, and then Bernstein Bear made parallel universes. Is Board Games like the nerd in a parallel universe where
Oh.
never existed?
Yeah, there's a whole, we had a theory going on right here, basically. It's just that, in the Berenstain Bears, I mess around with alternate dimensions, like could Board Games be the alternate dimension of the nerd? And you know, there's all of those are possibilities. So yeah, I think that one opened up a lot of doors that there are infinite different universes and infinite different possibilities. So every single possible outcome is happening somewhere. But which of those do I want to exploit in the videos? That's the question. So it just depends what I end up doing later. But no, that episode was just supposed to be a complete head tornado. It's just crazy. So, right here, white shirt. Yeah.
What was your first Godzilla movie and what's your least favorite?
Oh, first Godzilla movie that I've seen was Godzilla versus Monster Zero, and did you ask my least favorite? Oh, least favorite. I guess it's got to be Godzilla's Revenge, but still, it's really funny. I can't discount that one though because it's given me a lot of joy. So I guess it might not be my least favorite. My least favorite would have to be something that's boring. I can't think of what that would be.
The 1999 one with
98.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, the 98 one, it almost doesn't qualify because it's so different, but I also don't think, I think it's still entertaining enough where it doesn't totally disqualify itself. No, yeah, I don't know. Godzilla's Revenge, I think, is the worst, but it's hilarious. Right here, let's see, right, you have a flannel shirt, I think? I can't tell from here. Yeah, it's flannel. Yep. Oh. Oh, I've affected a lot of people's lives, and what do I feel about that? Oh yeah, it's really awesome. That's the truth of it. It's just really cool, and it never gets old to hear that. I was laughing right now because the whole pointing thing just doesn't work. I'm sorry. Every time I can never get. I don't know. It's anybody who wants to go. I'm just kind of just pointing and seeing who answers. So sorry if I've passed over anybody or anything like that. So, but let's try to go toward the back. We might as well. Let's see. I can see like red shirt back there. Yeah.
So, if you ever had the time to do another movie, even if it involves nerd or doesn't, is there an idea that is in the forefront of your mind that you would like to do a movie if you had a good budget, the time and everything to sit down and do that?
You're asking specifically about if there was a nerd movie sequel, that particular, and not like any other movie?
Just any movie idea that
Oh, okay.
you had the time and money and effort and all that to put into another movie.
Yeah.
What's an idea of a movie, whether it includes a nerd or not?
Oh yeah, well there's tons of them that I don't think I need a big budget for, because that's, I want to try something a little more like an idea that works with few characters, few locations, few special effects, but just something that's a really good idea. But there's tons of them in my head. Like I've narrowed it down to like 6 right now. So it's just like a tournament in my brain of like which idea is going to beat the rest of them out. Because at the end of the day, I just got to pick the one that I'm excited about the most, and the one I think is the most feasible to make, in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But I do lean towards the horror genre a lot, but I want to do something that's not typical to the way horror movies are nowadays. I want to do something that's like more about atmosphere, something that's a little bit more, something that's a little more avant-garde than what's being done today. Something off the beaten path. Yeah. Oh, right here, the black leather. Yeah, you.
Hey there, James.
Hey, how you doing?
I have a question. What would you do if your daughter stumbled across the internet and she found an A.V.G.N episode?
Yeah.
Let's just say, and what age would she have to be in? Should be allowed to watch?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that'll happen naturally eventually, but by the time she's actually allowed to even use the internet, if I'm even letting her use YouTube or anything like that, by that point I think there's probably worse stuff on there anyway. So I think.
Do you think maybe she'll come to your wife and be like, the potty mouth and plays video games?
Yeah, I know. I gotta go work, and it's like no, I gotta work, And then it's like I gotta curse, I gotta scream and obscenities and stuff. Yeah. There's a really funny outtake that it didn't make it on that reel because it's so recent, but the Berenstain Bears one where I was like dead. Is that a train? Yeah. Yeah, so like it was like a flashback scene where Jason was killing me, and it was just really funny that the cat comes up and he's like sniffing me. He's like in the shot, completely just ruining the shot because I'm playing dead, and the cat's like all over me. And I'm like, go away, Boo! And then she's all of a sudden just shouts down. He's like, Daddy, what's Boo doing? I'm like, everybody shut up, I'm trying to film this scene. It was really cute though, it's really funny. A 3. Yep. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Right here. Sure, yeah,
My
Oh,
9-year-old
okay.
loves you.
Oh, what?
My 9-year-old kid loves you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Terrible parents.
Right here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, go for it. Yep. Go for it, please. Yeah.
Two things, one is far easier than the other. A, can we see your tattoo more and what you think?
Oh, sure.
And B, how has doing A.V.G.N. like changed you?
Okay. A, tattoo, and B, how A.V.G.N. has changed me. So, okay, so here you go. Wait, I can't really, there's so much, but I do have a dragon, which if you've seen the dragon in my dreams, you know the significance on that. And then Judas Priest Trident from the band, because my wife and I were getting tattoos together. And, you know, some couples will get like their names tattooed and stuff. We didn't really want to do that, but we both got music tattoos, like something that we share, you know, in common, and she got the Led Zeppelin symbols. Yeah. And yeah, so that's what we did. I would have never thought I'd get tattoos when I was like young. I was like, oh, I'll never do that. But then, you know, things happen as you get older. It's like, okay, well, I've been through so much worse. It's like, okay, fine, I don't care. I'll get the tattoo. So. I think your skin does so many things to you that you don't want anyway. It's like that's kind of your chance to get back. It's like, fuck you, skin. Yeah. Oh, has it changed? Yes, thank you. I almost forgot that one. Yeah, the two-parters. I always forget. A.V.G.N's filled an empty part of me. It hasn't changed me. Like I'm actually like this. I think I'm like the same person that I always was. But I think what has changed is that it filled a part of me that I wanted to entertain lots of people, and I didn't. That wasn't really possible as much. It was before YouTube, and you know, it was just before things like that all fell into place. And once it did, it was just like, oh, I'm really happy that I can entertain a lot of people now. Because it's as long as I'm doing that, then it's mission accomplished. Then, you know, that's all I want to do. Yeah. Hey, right here.
Yeah. This off the beaten path. What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, what kind of music do I listen to? Mostly rock and metal. Mostly classic metal. All kinds of rock, like The Who, until like Rob Zombie. My favorite band is Black Sabbath. All eras, with Ronnie James Dio, Ian Gillan, Glenn Hughes, all of them. Metallica was probably my gateway band in high school. That Metallica got me through high school, you know? Right here.
The Nerd's done so many episodes in front of the couch and a TV over the years. Have you ever thought about doing an A.V.G.N. of bad arcade games in an arcade?
Yeah, questions, have I ever thought of doing the A.V.G.N. in an arcade location as opposed to the couch? I don't think it would have to be playing out really well if it was scripted, if it was like an actual review. Like I'd have to actually know what I'm there for and go and say all the lines and do it right. But as far as spontaneous videos, I'm sure we could do more of that. Like actually just go to an arcade and just run the cameras and just see what happens, you know. So you might see more of that. I do play the arcades here at the cons. It looks like they got all the major classics here.
Yeah.
So I was playing some Narc right before this earlier. Yeah. So all I gotta do sometime is actually like film it. So we'll see. How about like in the aisle, all the way to the back?
Your hand in it.
Yeah. Oh, have I played Dragon Lair at all?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
done my
Dragon's
trick.
Lair. The arcade? Yeah, I saw it out there. I didn't play it, no, but I played it before. Is that it? Okay, yeah, no, it's a lot different than the NES version. You know, I did the review of that. Totally different kind of game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's have right back here. Yeah.
How did you get the idea for the Mr. Bucket video?
How to get the idea for the Mr. Bucket video? I don't remember. I mean, I think it was just like, we just thought it was creepy enough to begin with, and I think it's like anytime you have something that's like meant to be friendly, but it's just creepy, then it's always got to become a horror film. So I think that was the first of those where it starts off innocent and then it turns into like it takes a horror twist, and then we're like, okay, well, a lot of people might see that coming. So then I was like, how about Dream Phone? Nobody's gonna see this, a pink phone that goes around killing people. And then Berenstain Bears. So I'm always trying to find the most unassuming thing you can. Right here? Yeah,
So Desert Bus has recently been made into a homebrew for television. It's here at Expo. Have you played it? And if you did, what did you think of it?
Desert Bus is made into a homebrew on the television. No, but I've played the, Crazy Bus.
Is it Crazy Bus or Desert Bus?
Wait.
Desert Bus.
Desert Bus, yeah. I played the Desert Bus Atari 2600 version. Is it the same as that, or is it totally different?
Get better.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that one, just the Atari one. Yep.
Jumping off that, I think Penn just announced they're doing a Desert Bus 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
So they're going through with that?
They're going through with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
If that happens, are you gonna review it?
Oh, yeah. I know he retweeted that episode. I remember that. That was awesome. I'm a big fan of Penn and Teller. But yeah, if there's a Desert Bus 2, then yeah, I got to get on that. I'm getting on that bus.
What kind of equipment and techniques do you use for like filming and editing a show?
Okay, just what kind of film? More about the equipment or the tech? Either way, okay. Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I know the Barbie making of episode, it goes into depth, but I guess just on a general note, it's just it generally goes in order of playing the game first and trying to get some kind of natural reactions, finding enough material to work with, and if it doesn't happen, then I have to move on to another game. So now it takes a little longer to find one that I think's original, but that's the first thing, and then once I have the ideas, I have notes that are all time coded to the recording, and then I'll like sort of organize those notes into like a basis of a script, like sort of an outline, like what's going to happen in this episode, like where does it go, where does it end, and then I'll start fleshing it out and write the script out, and that's probably the most agonizing part, just like coming up with the commentary and making it sound good. And a lot of times I'll write it and I'll just be like, oh, that sounds terrible, and then I'll have to rewrite it, and then it's all about shooting it and then editing it, and then there's it depends. Sometimes at the end there's like a lot of like music and sound effects. Oh, Berenstain Bears! Oh my God! Like the sound portion of that. Every line that I spoke in the attic was ADR, so I had to redub every single thing that I said because in the attic the dialogue it was too noisy up there. So it sounded like crap. It would have probably worked, but I just wanted to redo it and make it sound clear, so I redubbed every single line. So a lot of that has to happen. Oh, and the next Christmas episode coming up is going to be pretty crazy. So that one's That one's gonna have a lot of sound design to it. Yeah, a little shorter, but like just intense, focused craziness on this one. Yeah. Yep.
We have about 5 minutes to get a couple more questions.
Okay. Hey, right here.
So how many times do you find life imitating some of your favorite art? So, like, for instance, in the outtake, when the man wasn't falling through the glass, and you
Yeah.
but it reminded me of the American movie when
Yeah.
he wouldn't go
Oh,
through
yeah.
the,
Yeah. Oh, that
how many
happens.
times you noticed that?
Oh, all the time. That's why American Movie is one of my favorite films, is because of how much how much of the same things that I go through are just like, oh my God, that's exactly what we deal with. And then even more to this day, I'll keep doing something. I'm like, oh, that was just like an American movie. There was, when we were filming the monster scenes in the Nerd movie, and he's trying to destroy the buildings, he goes to punch one of the buildings, and it's glass, just this big sheet of glass that he's supposed to punch through. And he punches and he punches and he punches, and it just isn't working. It just wouldn't break. And then I go, oh, I'm sorry, I tried to put your hand through this, man. So we're always quoting American Movie. It just never stops. On the aisle right here. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Batman v Superman was a prelude to what was going to happen. For the
Nostalgia critic. When are we getting Nerd Bee critic again?
Oh, good question. That'd be cool. What would need to happen for that to happen? I mean, I think Doug and I we're still planning crossovers. I'm actually doing one with them soon. But as far as the actual battle, we didn't really think of it. I thought we felt like we did everything with that we could. Like, but I guess maybe now at the time, it's been such a long time that maybe it would be good to do another one. So thanks at least for bringing up the idea. So anything could happen. Who'd want to see that? Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, right.
Oh,
Oh, okay. All right. Right here. Yep.
Okay, 2 questions.
Mhm.
What is your favorite video game of all time? And then going back to video games, how did you obtain Cheetah-Man 2?
Oh, how did I obtain it? Oh, favorite video game of all time, Zelda: Link to the Past. And then, yeah. How did I obtain Cheetah-Man 2? It was on eBay. That was pretty much the short answer, but it was a very hard one to find. Yeah.
How much was it?
I'm gonna. It was definitely hundreds. I know it was. I know in the box that game originally could have gone for like thousands, until the reproduction one that they put out recently, where that one was obviously less expensive, but
What time
like
is
for a while like that game, I think there's 1,500 copies of it in existence. So that was just like one of the rarest games I think was ever in a nerd episode. There's also Cultron 6-in-1, that one's pretty rare. And that one was in the Bible Games 3 episode. And also there's a Myriad 6-in-1, which is actually just Cultron 6-in-1, but after this Myriad company bought it out, then they just slapped their sticker on top of it. So it's basically, there's no difference in the game. The copyright even says Cultron if you start it up. But that sticker, just having that sticker on it racks the price up like an obscene amount. So it's a very expensive sticker. Over here.
The Rob the Robot episode is one of my absolute favorites. Is that one of your favorites as well, or do you run into any snafus with?
Oh yeah. Oh, Rob the Robot. Yeah, that a lot of times when I'm asked what's my favorite episode, that's usually the one I point to is Rob the Robot. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Is there any snafus involved with it? Anything that didn't like work out as good? The biggest thing that just didn't come out the way I planned was the final battle in it against Rob in the city, because I wanted to have somebody in like a Rob the Robot like costume. Like I want it to be like a Godzilla movie or an Ultraman episode or something where we're just fighting, and we wanted to build all these fake buildings and have it be like a practical scene, but it really just wasn't feasible. So we ended up just doing it like on a green screen, and I'm just fighting against just the same Rob, just the accessory itself, which it still got the job done. It did what it was supposed to be. But you know, my imagination runs wild. I want it to be like a big, big battle scene. At that time, okay, sorry, that's all the time. But thanks. It's been really awesome. First time in Portland.